The views and opinions of the host and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
The aftermath of every social revolution brings about change. Cultural norms and landmarks shift as our minds and hearts expand beyond the familiar. To everything, there is a season and a time to every purpose in the land of the living. This is our time to renew, revive, and restore the hope lost to the busyness of life. This is our time to dig again and rebuild from the storms of our past on a solid footing that holds. Welcome to The Foundation.
The Foundation.
The Foundation with Hearts Grant is brought to you by Alive, Bon for Bones, Burger King, Commonwealth Bank, Epic Battery, Grand Bahama News, Marco's Pizza, Print Masters, and Ron's Electric Motors.
Coconut, choo-choo plum, girl, where you coming from? Tamarind, sour, salt, and green chili. You must see, drink me silly. You jump on the bike, go to the post office, jump off the bike, and buy one stamp. You put the stamp on a letter, send that letter to the one you love. Girl, tell me, who do you love? I tell you I love nobody. Sugar, coconut, choo-choo plum. Girl, where you coming from? Tamarind, sour, salt, and green chili. You must see, drink me silly. You jump on the bike, go to the landman. Jump off the bike, take out one lot. Save your money every weekend and put a little bit down on your lot. Boy, tell me, who do you love? I tell you I love nobody. Sugar, coconut, choo-choo plum. Boy, where you coming from? Tamarind, sour, salt, and green chili. You must sit and be silly.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. 96.9 FM radio. Howard Grant in your company. The Foundation here live and in full effect on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. It is a Wednesday. I'm grateful to be in your company, guys. I think the beginning of the week kind of threw us all off, right? So I hope that you're good. It's a beautiful day, guys. I'm grateful to be in your company. It was a little squall this morning where I was at. I don't know where you was at, if it was dry, but I'm hoping that it wets you up in a little bit. Guys, make sure you, kind of dial in with us today. I'm going to be able to kind of have a good discourse and have a good conversation about where we are. First, before I do that, I got to be able to shout out my good, decent people over at the AFS Insurance Agents and Brokers. They got everything laid out for you. Make sure you check them out on number 407 Blue Hill Road South. As you're going south, right there across the street is the eastern side of the Golden Gate Shopping Plaza. They got everything. If you're looking for insurance, bulk insurance, personal insurance, if you're looking for those particular things, vehicles, home, life, whatever, they can be able to assist you in those areas, man. They got everything laid out. You got to check them out. Like I said, actually, my good friend Ethric Bowen, if you're looking for that bulk insurance for your SDs, your taxis, your jitneys, your liveries, and all that good stuff, they can be able to assist you with in-house financing. You can't beat that thing. In-house financing. Their phones are down. So if you want to be able to reach them, give them a call at 688-2374. That's 688-2374. If you're out there in Freeport, that's 602-2374, 602-2374. The lines you can hit them up on also on their WhatsApp, 454-1735 or 454-1867. That's AFS Insurance Agents and Brokers. You guys, pick up your Guardian newspaper. All the information's in there. This morning, you can be able to find out what's going on now. Back to school is heavy. They got the supplements inside. You can be able to see that. And also, Ginger Moxie fires back at the Grand Bahama Power Company, says that the government does not support electricity rate increase on Grand Bahama. Ginger has been making the rounds on social media lately with our Canadian baby having good friend out there in Canada, Cindy Patrice Daxon, right? Listen, I just want to be decent. I want to be decent as I talk about these things. And, I got to keep abreast of what's going on in the community, going on out here. Former Luther MP says that the island facing water and electricity supply crisis. As challenges, he actually been able to talk about these particular things. And this is Ricky Mackey said yesterday, and he kind of labeled the situation a crisis that's happening in Eleuthera. And, it's always peculiar to me. Can I say this? Is it okay that we talk like this? When I see former politicians being able to throw their hand in the fray, I just questioned whether or not your intentions are pure. I just want to be decent with you. Your intentions are pure. I know that there is a desire, a relentless desire to find yourself back in the saddle and being able to do these things. I'm not going to fight you. But let's be honest with our intentions and very direct with these particular things. I think it should be a very clear contrast. Listen, Clay can't do it. I could do it for you. Let's be clear. If you're going to be able to do those things, the government issues over 100 notices for shanty towns on Cowpen Road, and a man charged with murder of his ex-girlfriend. That is absolutely bananas, guys. I want you to be able to join in the conversation with me today. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Anywhere from the family of islands, 242-300. 5720, or you can hit me up 422-4796. I saw something as it relates to the shantytown. I saw something this morning. The Supreme Court awarded $575,000 in damages to a 29-year-old woman after the Department of Immigration took 6 years to address her application for Bahamian citizenship. And I think this person's name is Dahini Nonorad. I don't know, right? She's a Haitian citizen. I'm sorry. Her parents are Haitian citizens and legal residents of the Bahamas. And she initially actually was granted a certificate of identity in April 4th, 2011, which expired under 2000 Bahamian citizenship into 2013 under Article 7. And then the Bahamas of the Constitution. Then throughout the application process, she provided the requested documents, was interviewed, and was informed by the immigration officer that she would be contacted later about the oath of allegiance and the recital date that she'd have to be able to do that. And this is in 2014, right? She's gone through things. She finally she's been registered. And then they actually bring out to say that in an affidavit, she described the abuse that she suffered, because she suffered abuse, right? On December 3rd, 2014, after being unable to show resident documents, immigration officers handcuffed, slapped, and this is just some stuff that's being said out there, right? As I'm reading this, and I'm saying to myself, has this just set the precedent? Has this set precedent? Has the precedent been set to indicate that after this particular duration, not only can you get your immigration status, your national status in the country, but you can get paid out? Based upon allegations and the information that I've actually received, she was awarded $125,000 for a constitutional breach of Article 17.1, $125,000, for the breach of Article 26.2, $150,000 for misfeasance of $100,000 in exemplary damages and $75,000 in aggravated damages, totaling $575,000. The government just kind of chucking out money these days. We see a Jamaican the other day got $2 million. We see now this information about $575,000. Everybody getting paid, except us, because no one fixed my my CV joint yet. Talk to me. I just want to be decent as I have this kind of this conversation with you. I feel abused on this road. Amen. I feel abused riding on the government road. Nobody dealing with these things. Why is it, and I don't want to be able to play devil's advocate because that's not my forte, but why is it, if it's just observation, right? You know what Dazi said? And shouts out to Dazi. I hope that she's good, right? She said this is the reticular activating nerve, right? The reticular activating sensor in your mind, that because of your woes and your trouble, you see sort of the succession or growth externally, but never necessarily within your realm, right? A reticular activating nerve, that you see something repetitious. It's repetitious in your environment externally, but never happening to you. I thought this was strange. We've continued to be able to see these persons being able to be taken care of. Now, I don't know whether or not this is as a result of the service rendered. I don't know, or the lack thereof. I don't know whether this is sort of an approach that we're taking with the disdain of being able to treat our neighbors. I just want to be decent. I don't know if you came in there with an agenda, working for the Royal Bahamas Police Force, the Immigration Department, the Customs Department, the Defense Force, Royal Bahamas Defense Force, all these particular, the correctional facility. I don't know whether or not you have an agenda. I don't know whether or not quietly you're believing that these people trying to take everything from us and you treat them rough. I don't know. I don't know. Based upon the information I read, this lady was accused of biting people. I don't know. All I know is the government of the Bahamas dishing out money. Talk to me. Money. And this is only what's coming to the forefront in the papers. There's some things that are being settled. There's some things that's being done out here that we have no knowledge of. Simply because of poor customer service and poor training. Why you can't treat people with humanity and decency? Is it because they are Haitian? Or, like a lot of persons pronounce it, Haitian with a Y? Is it because of your disdain? Is it because of your personal situation that you're going through, that you feel the need to kind of project that on others? What is going on? Why can't you come to work, do your work, and go? Why? Why you got to cost the government money? Or the question that I have at this particular juncture is whether or not you took directive. Talk to me. Because that's what you like to say. Well, you know, how would we take directive, you know? We just do as we are told. No one knows a standard. The aggression applies to everyone. This is absolutely indecent. It don't matter who these people is. You got to treat people decently. Guys, I want you to be able to join in the conversation with me today. A lot of things is happening out here. I just want to know whether or not Ginger Moxie has taken on this kind of an aggressive position and tone to talk about some things. We've seen some things happen in Grand Bahama. We've seen them commandeer almost the ghetto to repurpose it. 48 units, what I understand, if I'm correct. 48 units they've commandeered. In one way or another, they've acquired this particular thing and seek to make modifications to the ghetto, to put people back in the ghetto. My God, if I ever hear a backwards gentrification in my life, this don't make no sense to me. I'm not going to fight you. Join in conversation with me today, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, anywhere from the family of islands, 242-300-5720, or hit me up, 422-4796. Let me take this quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. Be right back after this.
Foundation.
Do you have uncontrollable debt? Are you ready to make that move to Fidelity for a stress-free future? These loans have a built-in savings plan that pays you unbeatable interest. Ask about our debt consolidation loans today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Bonneville Bones, established in 1970, is the leader in men's fashion in the Bahamas. We're conveniently located in the mall at Marathon and the Harbor Bay Shopping Plaza, and fully stocked with everything you need for all occasions. Our Harbor Bay location is one door north of Alive, with the black and white signage of Bonneville Boutique. Both locations are open from 10 to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Bonneville Bones and Bonneville Boutique, still the leader in men's fashion. Located in the mall at Marathon and the Harbor Bay Shopping Plaza.
The Guardian Media Group has your ticket to Paris.
On your marks, get set, go!
Join the Guardian Media Group, Star 106 Hits, Guardian Radio 96.9, and Hot 91 FM. And follow Team Bahamas from paradise to live comprehensive updates on Team Bahamas every day during the 2024 Summer Olympics. We are your ticket to Paris. Nassau Guardian Sports Editor Sheldon Longley will be trackside, bringing you closest to our athletes in their quest for gold. From paradise to Paris, the 2024 Summer Olympics live updates brought to you by gold sponsors, the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism, Jimmy Wines and Spirits, distributors of refreshing Sands beer, silver sponsor Executive Motors, and the bronze sponsors Hertz Rent-A-Car, Nagico Insurance, Bay Street Garage, Nassau Motors, your Chevy and Honda dealers, and New Life Natural. Let the games begin.
Stephen Gardner alongside 100-meter hurdler Devon Charlton.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. 96.9 FM radio. Howard Grant in your company. The Foundation, live and in full effect on this beautiful Tuesday. Grateful to be in your company. I am so happy that we can be able to do this. We're talking today. Just wanted to be able to put a few things on the table. Now, politics is very peculiar. I just want to be decent as I say this. Politics is very peculiar. And the peculiar nature that exists in this particular instance, as we look at it, as we get closer to an election season, I think politicians need to be able to show themselves aggressively, being able to push the agenda or the promises that were made, to being able to see those things come to light, come to fruition. I haven't heard great things about my good friend Ginger Moxie out of Grand Bahama. I haven't heard. I just want to be as decent as possible as I said this. Okay? I cannot levy anything negative against her because I don't know. I'm not in Grand Bahama. But I haven't heard. And then the social media queen, as she continues to dub herself, continues to perpetuate a negative connotation associated with Ginger Moxie's name. Today, in the capacity of Minister of Grand Bahama and also Member of Parliament in Grand Bahama, representative for the constituency of Pine Ridge. Ginger has taken on this kind of a position. Let's read a little taste of this. Minister of Grand Bahama, Ginger Moxie, yesterday slammed the Grand Bahama Power Company's decision to seek the rate increase for the consumption, for the consumers on the island as wholly ill-conceived and prioritizing profit over the well-being of residents. Now, this is heavy. This is a heavy introduction, right? Wholly inconceived, collectively, holistically, ill-conceived, and prioritizing profit over the well-being of residents. The government's responsibility is to prioritize the well-being of residents and ensure that there is neutrality and a commonwealth for growth and development in this particular state. Individual businesses that you continue to genuflect to and afford an opportunity to expand their contracts, expand all their things that they've done, they are in this country for the purposes of being able to be a proverbial vacuum. That's what they do. They are here to mine out our talent, our substance, our financial wherewithal, and take that back based upon the legislation that you put on the table. Take it back to their proverbial nest. That's what they're here for. It is not wholly ill-conceived if this is their intent as a business. I think the relationship that we've had with the Grand Bahama Port Authority in the person of Edward St. George and Jack Haywood, I think that the former relationship that existed among sort of a gentleman's agreement and understanding, that neutrality that existed there, that mutual respect and the inception of this relationship died down when they died. The next generation understands one thing: business. I can't fight her for being able to agitate for these particular things, but you're not going to turn it on the Grand Bahama Port Authority or the Grand Bahama Power Company. Their objective, if you look at these, listen, this ain't me agitating for them. I'm simply saying your responsibility proactively in the seat of Minister of Grand Bahama is to know what's happening on the ground every day. Everything what's happening, especially with the relationship that exists that you've had working for the Grand Bahama Port Authority, working in this particular space. Somebody got to be able to say, Ginger, you know this would be doing, eh? I just won't be able to put you on alert. But to be able to come out here after, as though you found out the information when we found it out, and to come out here and say that this is wholly ill-conceived, and that their care and concern is their money and not the people. They do not care about the people. And I don't know whether or not they were supposed to. They care about their product. They care about their commitments that they've made from a contractual standpoint. They care about their position that they're in to ensure that there's growth and development for their shareholders. They gain a job and an opportunity. The administrative aspect, that's what their business is. What is your business as a minister of Grand Bahama? I just want to know. I just want to be decent as I talk like this. Have we found out from the person in the position of Minister of Grand Bahama previously, which was Dr. Davil, right? I think he was from the inception, he was the Minister of Grand Bahama. When it first rolled out, it was a casual conversation held by the Free National Movement. They never made it. They never put it into place. The PLP got in. They made it a formal position. The Minister of Grand Bahama, it was a kind of a murky portfolio. We didn't understand what it was, right? It never gave us no specificity. It never gave us any specifics to be able to go after, no goals, right? The F&M came in, they kind of tucked it away within the office of the Prime Minister or something like that. I think Kwesi was the head of the thing. Nothing happened during this particular state, right? And then we found out when the PLP came back, they formally put Ginger at the head of this. Now, as we look back at this and we look at our kind of determination as to when she became the Minister of Grand Bahama, we evaluated it. And the evaluation was, well, she was working for the Port Authority. She knows this well. She's articulate. She's smart. There is significant hope that she can be able to make something happen. It looks as though she has those relationships that can be able to assist her in being able to get some things done. But we haven't seen anything. This is one of the reasons why it is a double-edged sword when you become a minister of the government of the Bahamas. Yeah. The only ministers that I would have been able to see that can lead to productivity and actually get some things done was ministers under Perry Christie's tenure. I mean, of course, no, I can keep it just like that. Yes. Yes. No one could get nothing done under Hubert Ingram unless he says so. No one could get done. Okay, so, and then the speculations and allegations surrounding Lyndon Pilling is that he went against you, not in your face. So he created these sort of pitfalls. This is just speculation. I don't know. I wasn't there. Right? But if we look from a history at Bahamianization, we look at A.D. Hanna, we look at Loftus Rocco, we look at these particular things, ministers with great desires to be able to execute these things accordingly, and then we see that these things were stifled in a way, one way or another, then we realize then, the fire may not necessarily be as far as we think from the smoke. But there was no ministers that I can be able to recall on my own that was able to execute anything that they wanted to do under the auspices with the autonomy of being able to sit at the head of their ministry other than when Perry Christie was in. Obi was able to get things done that he wished. Fred Mitchell was able to get things done the way that he wished. Shane Gibson was able to get things done in his ministry the way that he wished. Everyone had the autonomy, for the most part, to be able to get things done. It's a double-edged sword when you become a minister, because now you serve at the pleasure of the prime minister. And your success in your ministry, your success in this particular capacity is hinged on the success and likability of a prime minister. Whether or not he even remember your project. I think that's what a lot of persons are suffering now. You serve at the pleasure of the prime minister. The prime minister will get to you when he could get to you and get to your situation when he can get. But there are other pressing issues. Like another slide in Grand Bahama. This is important. Let's slide for unemployment. Let's do this. This is exciting. These are the things that you're pushing. These things make no sense. They don't make sense to me. The minister of Grand Bahama should relentlessly agitate with the relationships that you have, Ginger, that exist in Atlanta, that exist in urban spaces, productive, progressive urban spaces in the United States of America, the relationships that you forged over the years. I would have thought personally that you would have been able to bring them over and make something happen in Grand Bahama. Create a space that Grand Bahama can become a mecca for those particular persons. Opportunities should be abundant in Grand Bahama from relationships that you forged. But we're having a conversation about how do we repurpose the ghetto and put people back in the ghetto. I don't know what you can call it after this. La ghetto? I don't know, but it's the same thing. It's the ground. It's the environment that you're in. And listen, I'm not going to fight you. You know how much people get kicked out of their homes in Grand Bahama? If you go in Bahamia right now, do you know how many homes are abandoned? Do you know how many persons living in their homes in Grand Bahama? And they have already, the bank have already repossessed the home. They still living in it. The bank has repossessed the home. Thank God the market ain't jumping that people won't buy these homes. Nobody got no money. No one got no money. It's gravelicious for the Grand Bahama Power Company to be able to sit in this kind of a posture and position, to expect more and more and more. Despite what's happening from a global standpoint, they haven't created the mechanisms internally to ensure that they can be able to hedge their fuel or do whatever they have to. So I do agree with you. But this is not an argument to levy against the Grand Bahama Port Authority. This is legislative. A posture that you should have taken proactively to ensure that they can be able to be restricted to these things. This is what it is. Because bonded fuel probably ain't getting up. Oh yes, when you live within the confines of Freeport and you get your bonded plates and you get your license and so forth and so on, you get bonded fuel. A reduced rate on fuel. So this is affecting, average citizens. Let's just be decent as we have this kind of a conversation. Let's talk like this. I just don't know whether or not being reactive is doing anything for your position as a minister and potentially a second-time member of parliament. I don't think so. For me, I would prefer Howard Grant. This is me. I would prefer to be productive as a member of parliament and not taking on the position of a minister and committing myself to my constituency so I can be able to go again. Because ain't nothing worse than a one-time minister. That you've been elevated in the eyes, in the view of the Bahamian people, and the confidence has been placed in you to do so much, and you fail the people, and they reject you at the polls. That's kind of a hard thing to do. Sometimes you assure yourself, you know what? As a minister, they can vote for me. And you neglect to understand that economically the country is doing bad. We're in a poor place. We don't have the finances in our pocket. If we had our money to take care of ourselves and our homes, we put you back in. Yeah, man, that's my minister, I'll put you back in. But we're looking for our community to be maintained, to be taken care of. Why are we sitting down and having a conversation about when our garbage is going to be picked up? 3 weeks, the garbage outside your house. Are people texting me and calling me? How would my garbage didn't get picked up yet? Why are we having these conversations? We got to focus on the business that pays us. We got to focus on the business at hand. We got to focus on our ministries. And we got to ensure that we could be able to develop these things and execute. There's got to be productivity in this space. Ministry of Grand Bahama has not produced anything substantive that we can sink our teeth into and look as a true north to say that this ministry has made a significant difference in Grand Bahama. We have not. We have not. I'm waiting for you to tell me otherwise. I don't believe that this has anything to do with Ginger Moxie. I think this has to do with the overall leadership. That ministers that I can identify you. None of you have the autonomy to do anything outside of the auspices of what the Prime Minister required. Well, Howard, that's stupid what you say, because all of us serve at the pleasure of the Prime Minister. But I just gave you a contrast. I said when Perry Christie was in, he allowed you to execute accordingly in your ministry. He allowed Obi Wilchcombe to be able to execute for tourism. Tourism flourished. He wasn't trying to be the Minister of Tourism at the same time as Obi. He allowed Obi to be the, and when Obi got in there, listen, I had some indifferences with Obi. How he saw things happen in West Grand Bahama, I can be honest with you. And y'all know this. But it is undeniable his approach to business as a minister, as when he was the Minister of Tourism. It's absolutely undeniable. He allowed those persons in tourism to execute based upon their qualifications, based upon their insight and their years of experience. He was not a micromanager. He was hands-off. Y'all do this. He came in and modified I will never forget this. When my good cousin Nico Grant came in tourism, when Hubert Ingram made him the Minister of Tourism, and he came and modified "It's better in the Bahamas" to "Let's make the Bahamas better again." That was the motto that went around the world. The motto that said, "Let's make the Bahamas better again." And everybody said, well, something wrong with the Bahamas? What went wrong? Oh, God, I said, this don't even make no sense. And he was dead headstrong. This is what I'm doing. Content with that. When Obi came in, they modified it. Now, this may seem menial to you, but this is the banner that goes around the world. Obi came in, allowed them to do their work. They say the Bahamas, it keeps getting better. I thought the thing was genius. I said, Jesus, this is crazy. But anyone who's observing our country from afar off, places like Hawaii that continues to be able to look at our model, places throughout the Caribbean that continues to be able to look at our lead, if they're looking at this and looking at the information, we seem confused. Every time a government shifts, we shift our mindset. The agenda shift. You change those people who are productive simply because of political expedience. Now, we could have this conversation about tourism, but none of us know exactly what the Ministry of Grand Bahama is supposed to be doing. We're still trying to figure this out. We're hoping that you got the strength and understanding within the confines of your ministry to be able to tell us this is what this ministry is supposed to do. We're trying to figure it out. repurposing and gentrifying. I think this is an inverted gentrification. Gentrifying or seeking to gentrify the ghetto is a peculiar thing. Because when I look at Pinewood, when I look at Linden Pinland Estates, when I look at Rock Crusher, when I look at any of these particular places that are developed by the government, I don't know whether or not I want the government to deal with my things. This end, I don't understand y'all, man. I'm exhausted and I can't take it. I am. I feel like I got to take it like a 2-week breather. I'm going to do that. I'm exhausted. I don't want to think about this for a little while because I feel like there is no truth in you as a government, as leaders. There's no truth in you. That you come here and you talk about entrepreneurialism, that you come here and you talk about leadership, you come here and talk about these particular ideas, but you want to be seen and viewed as a king or a queen. You want to be viewed as a king or a queen. You want everything to funnel, to flow through you. You want no one to get anywhere. And this is why I said to you, Linden Pinland better than all of y'all. Because at least he said, I want to make 1,000 millionaires, and was not afraid to say that. At least he said that. He empowered men and women who would have never imagined that they would ever be anything in life other than a laborer. Now these people are entrepreneurs. They are owners. They have shifted their entire lineage from an opportunity that they given to them by Linden Pinland. Many of you are ungrateful and never will even admit that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the God-honest truth that you would have been nothing if it wasn't for the opportunity that Linden Pinland, through the grace of God, has given you. There's no one having a conversation about significant empowerment. That the Minister of Grand Bahama and a Member of Parliament could sit down and talk about regentrifying the concept and idea, and the Minister of Housing to sit down and talk about regentrifying the ghetto in Grand Bahama, and not empower small Bahamian firms to be able to look at the project, to present for the project, to be able to talk about the things that can be able to happen and give an opportunity to develop these things. Come on, man. If you believe in Bahamians, show us. I got to take a quick break, guys. The line's going to be wide open. Quick commercial break. Be right back after this.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Get ready to celebrate independence the BK way with our new Independence King combo. Choose from our classic flame grilled beef version or indulge in a crispy chicken breast topped with savory bacon, arugula, crisp onion rings, cheese, and our special tropical sauce. Both come with fries and a drink for a flavor sensation perfect for celebrating every year. Remember to top off your Independence King combo with a delicious guava sundae or the new guava ice shaker, available only at Burger King Nassau.
Now let me see now. 326 EPIC. Hello. This Epic battery. This Miss Beulah from round the corner. I hear you're selling tires now on Wolf Road too.
Praise the Lord. It's about time. I live Fox Hill and Fire Trail. It's too far.
That ain't all. They open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Sunday and holiday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
My brother Sam, he's a hacker, and he could go right there and get fixed up.
Call us at 326 EPIC. We ship also to the Family Island.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, 96.9 FM radio, Howard Grant and your company, The Foundation, here live and in full effect. Just being able to talk about the headline news today. Moxie fires back at the Grand Bahama Power Company and says that the government not supporting electricity rates increase in Grand Bahama. This is peculiar. I'm just exhausted, man. I can't take it. I can't, man. And this is not the image that I envisioned or would like to see, rather, of a good friend. I say it's a good friend because I've known her. I know her brother for years. And we've been able to do some stuff together. He's a very, very good friend of mine. And before her name was ever mentioned in politics, he says that my sister can get it, you know. My sister can get it, you know, right? And so he's a very good friend, and I always supported her in her quest, right? She and I were going after the same constituency at one point. I was trying to get the nomination for West Grand Bahama. You know that she was trying to get the nomination for West Grand Bahama, and Obi beat all of us out in that stead. But I'm looking at this, and I just don't understand that. I thought that your relationship would have done us better. In 2022, and then this is nothing to say or even remind people of. She says that we emphasize that the Grand Bahama residents and businesses and are concerned about the additional strain this proposed increase will present. GBPC, she said, was granted a 3.4% rate increase in 2022. 2022, right after Dorian. Come on now, talk to me. Right after Dorian, at the cusp and right at sort of the conclusion, the formal conclusion rather, of the pandemic. The Grand Bahama Power Company was given a 3.4% rate increase. The government allowed this thing to happen. The government allowed this to happen. A 3.4% rate increase. Now they want almost double on top of the 3.4. 6.3. And your desire is to be able to reactively, not proactively, reactively come back and say, it's badly timed. That's what you're saying. Whilst the decision claims to be alignment with its operating protocol and regulatory framework, it is wholly ill-conceived, badly timed, and appears to prioritize profit over well-being of the community. The government of the Bahamas put no stipulations, no railroads, no borders in place after the 3.4% rate increase. Nothing. You've done absolutely nothing. You have the wherewithal and the finances to be able to recoup monies, $357 million that you claim that the Grand Bahama Power Company owes you. And your responsibility in this capacity is to ensure that you take care of the Grand Bahamian people and the residents of Grand Bahama at this particular time. Your care and concern is to ensure that you can line the pockets, the coffers of the country, as opposed to being able to execute the legislation, whatever you can do within the confines of your strength and your position of authority, whatever you can do to be able to ensure that you wouldn't see this for another 15 years, for another 7 years, 2 years. 2 years after they doubling up. So in 2026, all we could see, based upon the precedents that's set, by 2026, you'd want 12.8% increase. How can people live And how can the government of the Bahamas allow this to happen? This is bananas to me. I'm going to read a couple of these things. Howard, I just want to be decent with the thing. But when you Pinling encourage entrepreneurship, I suppose you mean, when did Pinling encourage entrepreneurship? Were you referring to the pilots and the boat captains during the 90s? Sir, there's no decency in anything that you tagged just now. You said it twice. You said, I just want to be decent at the beginning. And at the end, after you asked me about the captains in the 90s, you said, I just want to be decent. I assure you, sir, decency has left the building. Long time. When you started to type the first H for Howard, you need to stop, okay? Someone take this person's phone away from them. This is indecent. This is indecent. Let me see if I can read another one. It says, Howard, the question is, which prime minister, Davis or Mitchell? This is heavy what you're doing right here. It says, Ginger is a disgrace. I just want to be decent now. This Howard, I want to be decent. I read in your all text. I can read the text as they put it on here, right? Once y'all don't defame nobody character, we can be able to deal with it. It says, Ginger is a disgrace. And she getting vote out back in 2022 when they allowed the Grand Bahama Power Company to increase the bill coming out of the pandemic and we've not recovered from Dorian, is when Ginger Moxie should be talking, but she allowed it. So Ginger Moxie, you my girl, but pack your bags and get your one-way ticket out of politics, because it's not for you. You just a failure. Vote out. You're gone. This is a text that's coming through. I just want to be decent. This ain't beat up on Ginger Moxie Day. This talking about these particular issues as to whether or not the government of the Bahamas and Ginger Moxie in her particular capacity, who is the head of the Grand Bahama, who's the minister of Grand Bahama, and being able to look over all of these things for Grand Bahama, is reactive in her approach and being able to deal with these things. This is essentially almost 10%. This is almost 10% in the space of 2 years, okay? 9.7% increase in the event that they do get this 6.3% increase. Let's talk about it a little bit more when we get back from the news. Take this quick commercial break, guys. We're going to get the news and be right back after this.
Foundation. Foundation.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Guardian Media Group has your ticket to Paris.
On your marks, get set, go!
Join the Guardian Media Group, Star 106 Hits, Guardian Radio 96.9, and Hot 91 FM. And follow Team Bahamas from paradise to Paris. Live comprehensive updates on Team Bahamas every day during the 2024 Summer Olympics. We are your ticket to Paris. Nassau Guardian Sports Editor Sheldon Longley will be trackside, bringing you closest to our athletes in their quest for gold. From paradise to Paris, the 2024 Summer Olympics live updates brought to you by gold sponsors, the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism, Jimmy Wines and Spirits, distributors of refreshing Sands beer, silver sponsor Executive Motors, and the bronze sponsors Hertz Rent-A-Car, Nagico Insurance, Bay Street Garage, Nassau Motors, your Chevy and Honda dealers, and New Life Natural. Let the games begin.
Stephen Gardner alongside 100-meter hurdler Devon Charlton.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, 97 Radio. Howard Grant and your company, The Foundation, here live and in full effect, being able to talk about some stuff. I didn't want to go too hard on my girl today. I feel like I didn't want to go too hard on my girl today. Sometimes I know that these people could be sensitive in their positions. They feel like you're going after them, right? What you got to say about me? This ain't got nothing to do with you. This has everything to do with a seat that was designed, in theory, by the Free National Movement, given practical application and legs by the PLP, but a murky agenda, a portfolio that didn't have sustainability and holistic growth and development for Grand Bahama. It didn't. It doesn't. It sounds good. It's almost like saying, I married this man. I married. It's a good concept, an idea based upon your Christian stance and your beliefs. But you married a vegetable. This man can't do nothing. You have no understanding. You just married to say you married. That's all we have the ministry of Grand Bahama for, it seems as though. Just to be able to say that you've identified, and more specifically the PLP, has been able to infiltrate this space that was the quote-unquote F&M country by being able to give them a minister, but not necessarily give them an agenda, an objective, a course of action, autonomy, strength to execute to ensure that they can get to a particular space. But we take these jobs. We do. We sit down, we take these jobs, we're excited, we feel empowered, the entire country can recognize us in an elevated position, but you can't get nothing done. And it ain't only you. Kwesi couldn't get nothing done. And Dr. Darville couldn't get nothing done. You can't get nothing done. The nuances that exist in Grand Bahama are so complex with the fact that in the middle of the city, you got the Grand Bahama Port Authority. You got to be able to wrangle with that. And then externally, you got to be able to look at the traditional concepts of what it means to be government and governance in Grand Bahama. It's a difficult thing. Sometimes y'all got to breathe. Go to Jesus Christ, man. Pray before you say yes to these positions. Because this only can make you look bad. Because no one understands that you serve at the pleasure of the Prime Minister. People only see your non-productivity and equate that to incompetence or incapability. So you shouldn't get spanked for something that you don't even have the strength to conform. That's for everyone in every ministry. Making modifications from one minister to moving from one ministry to another doesn't change anything. You do not have the autonomy, the strength to change anything in these particular spaces. So why take the job? For what? It's just as a social acolyte to be able to say, oh my God, wow. You don't have to see me. I can be in 8 Mile Rock working. I in West Grand Bahama working. You don't have to see me at all. These are the things that we have to have a conversation about, man. Let's be honest. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, anywhere from the family of islands, 242-300, 5720. Hit me up, 422-4796. The only minister that seems to be getting things done right now, can I say it? Is it okay? Is it okay? Are you prepared? Do you have a name ready? The only minister in this New Day government, the only minister that I can see that's executing to get things done for their constituency, to ensure that these things are done for their constituency, is Chester Cooper. That's it. I don't care your indifference. I don't care how you feel about it. I'm looking at Chester, everything getting to Exuma. If you open up the papers today, you could be able to identify that Chester Cooper, that the minister, the Prime Minister, and Rosewood has gone down and identified a location down there, and Chester Cooper has been the recipient of these particular things. He's doing well. The SpaceX program gone down there, Rosewood gone down there. My God, Chester working. Chester is working. What y'all doing? Y'all wilding out. Call on the line. Next call. Guys, as a call on the line? Call on the line, go ahead.
Howard.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good, how you doing?
Okay, you're speaking loud, the Bahamian people listening.
Y'all got to stop voting for these people, man.
I know, you got your
Y'all got to stop voting for these people for God's sake, man. You're voting for party, and these people are non-productive in their constituency. I am exhausted of that.
Mm-hmm. But what you say that's my attention when you start to talk about the Prime Minister. When he have a hole or his hand on a particular cause, he don't give us the two certain things that sort of stagnate nature, right? Okay, that's fine. But as a minister, what you need to do is get out there and let people still see you fighting, okay? Still see you out there warring. Some like, remember McApine?
Yeah.
In the House of Assembly? I mean, once a person see you still trying to speak loudly and trying to, like, fighting to get things done, you know? They'll still say, well, you know what? I think you're trying, but they just won't give up, you know? The means they to get it done. If you don't have any hear from you, or you trying to, like, you want to fight a little bit, you know?
But she
But on a
she only gonna end up in the same place Michael Pine end up.
I don't think so. Well, so what, Howard? Well, what? Because I think this next election is going to be about independence, too, you know. People are going to vote for the person versus the party. So I feel like what persons like yourself need to do is shift from these parties, you know, and more or less for the individuals. A person who you know has a good, like yourself, Howard, like if you were to run independence now, persons who
I'll
are
get
listening
300
to you.
votes. Let me tell you how much votes I'll get. If I run independent right now, I wouldn't get more than 550 votes.
Well, why would you say that, Howard?
No, I don't believe that the Bahamian people have amalgamated, have really aligned their minds with an understanding that I don't have to have affiliation to be able to have relationships externally. They look at you and they expect you. Well, you know, if you're part of the PLP or FNM, you can't get nothing done. That is the silliest thing I ever hear in my life.
That's changing. You know, I said that's changing because look at them now in these big parties. They ain't getting nothing done. Okay? The same as if you vote for independent, you have what the only thing they have to do work with is their constituency allowance fund, right?
Yeah.
You as an independent, you entitled to
I
that,
got the same thing.
right?
I got the
You
same
get
thing.
the same thing. So only thing they have over you is they're aligned to a particular party. So what we need to do is start to preach and tell the people, forget the party and go for the person. And you see the difference. Okay? Because you can't take...
Yeah, but you got to get decent people because... You gotta get decent people to come independent though, right? Because I know some people who running. No, but I'm saying I know some independents. I know some independents who won't put themselves out there, and they maybe one or two screws. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just they will be decent.
I know. At the end of the day, the Bahamian people make the choice, and I just want them not to focus on party no more because they ain't working out.
I like this. I like it.
A chance. Pardon me?
If I thought that I could be able to be successful as an independent, I would put my hat in the race right away. As an independent.
You got the voice of the nation. You could, sort of shift the mind. Like
I don't think I should be affiliated with a political organization because I could get more done as an independent than these fellas who's members. These parties. The party's structure is designed for me to be able to be suppressed. Because if I show myself progressive in the organization, that means, oh, Jesus, this boy coming for leadership. He crazy. He won't be the leader. No, see, I don't need that. I don't need that.
Do like I say, speak for the person who would have selected you. When the people put Miss Mossy in there from Grand Bahama, they put her there based on what she was speaking out on, right? And she was working for the Port Authority. I bet she had a lot to say, right?
Oh, at the Port Authority?
When she was working for the Port Authority, she had a lot to say. She was vocal, right? Speaking out.
If you say so, I'm not going to fight you. If you say that, I am not going to fight you. I'm with you.
Let me give somebody else a chance.
I appreciate your telephone call. I'm not gonna fight you. Thank you so much, my dear. I don't know. I don't want to be a part of a party politics that is gonna run our agenda into the ground. I don't want to be a part of an organization. Okay, so I tried this already. I've tried to put my hand with the DNA. I cuss them out and tell them. In the midst of it, I say, but Jesus, I'd leave formal organizations to come right here to see the exact same thing. Y'all make no modification. You don't even have an agenda. There's not even an objective, an understanding of what we need to do other than beat them. That cannot be the motivation. That can't be the motivation. The motivation can't be, let's just win. and then we'll figure it out next. That can't be it. You got to be able to be steadfast. That's why we have to have political Planned Parenthood. I don't know what we can call that. The political Planned Parenthood. Yeah, because you know how, Planned Parenthood, like how we did not prepare ourselves for our kids, and how these people tell us how to be able to take strategic steps to ensure that we can see a bustling, productive child in the future by taking these particular steps. They have to do that politically. These people don't know what they're doing. You don't know. You have no idea. There is no independent organization that I've seen. I don't care. The formality of the FNM and the PLP has come out here. They have an agenda to be able to perpetuate their organizations. You formed a political organization independently and sought to be able to execute these things, but you have no understanding of what the hierarchy, the greater goal of what a political organization should do. So all you want to do is be an option. If not the FNM or the PLP, and then that's you. That's it. That's all you want to do. Just be an available option for people. You got no plan. All you can do is do the exact same thing that they're doing, being reactive. Based upon what they say, you come out and say, well, that don't make no sense. There is no agenda. I don't want to be a part of none of this. Next telephone call. Caller, go ahead. Go ahead, caller. 323-623-2, 325-4316, 325-4259, anywhere from the family of islands, 242-300-5720. I don't know. I'm not prepared to be insulted and give my family's hard-earned money behind the independence for you all to ask me to buy a six-pack of beer again and then laugh at me when I say I'm not buying no beer. Oh, you broke? Oh, Jesus, you can't be, but sir, you've been broke. Okay? You've been sitting out in front of this bar for 7.5 years. I know you. That seat where you're sitting in, worn out. Because this is your residence. But I ain't nobody because I'm trying to be able to make my constituent. I ain't got time for that no more, man. This is the exhausting thing. You know how much money I spend with the DNA? You know how much money I spend trying to be a nominee for the FNM? You know, I ain't got no time for that. I got children in college, or next one getting to college, one getting in primary school, and the next one getting ready to get formally to get potty trained and do all that. I ain't got time for all these things, man. I ain't got time for this. And if you want to waste your time running after things so people could be able to identify you and be able to glorify you and bust the confetti over your head to say that, oh my God, then you do that. You got the time. I don't have the time. I don't. I got real things to do. My legacy is not wrapped up in what you afford me an opportunity to do. I got to execute accordingly. These members of parliament are lackluster. I'm telling you, the only one I could see working now, man, y'all fight me. Fight me. The only one I could see working now was Chester Cooper. That man came in there with business acumen, a very clear understanding, strategically placed himself within the political range, said nothing. He said absolutely nothing and climbed to a position that is a radical position within the PLP. The party that started it all, he was able to climb in less than 3 years, less than 4 years. He found himself in the position of leadership, deputy leadership in the organization. Chester Cooper out here working, making modifications to his constituency, being able to do what he has to do, causing people to shine a light on Exuma, bringing people down there. If them people in Exuma don't vote for him, I don't know what sense that make. Y'all don't want nothing for yourself. And that's what the fella say. As I look at this, the only one I can see working is Chester. I can look up and down in Grand Bahama. Nothing happening in West Grand Bahama. Nothing. The most excitement they've seen since Obi has passed away was the by-election. And then that died down. Nothing happening in West Grand Bahama. Central Grand Bahama, nothing happening. Other than the government saying that they're going to push the road back open to be able to ensure that people who ain't even got no gas in their car could travel on this road. What sense that make? My God, you all ain't making no sense to me. None. Nothing happening in Pinewood. And Pine Ridge, sorry. Nothing happening in Pine Ridge. The constituency that you've identified, Pine Ridge, that you could be able to make modify. Listen to me, they have changed members of parliament since C.A. Smith. They have changed members of parliament every election cycle. They ain't got no time to play with no one. Marcos City holding on to the potential that exists within Michael Pintard. That he's going to be the prime minister. There should be changes here. And he will be the prime minister eventually. This is the mindset that exists in this particular space. He's the leader of the organization. If there's a shift that's happening, he'll be in the position. He'll be the prime minister. Marcos City should be able to see some things happen. We're going to keep our man. East Grand Bahama, nothing. Nothing. Let's see, y'all don't want to have real conversations with me. Nothing happening in North Abaco. Nothing. Other than a member of parliament trying to save his political life. South Abaco, nothing. What's happening? Someone talk to me. North Andres, I'm hearing about some private investors. There's no agitation. There's nothing happening in these particular spaces. Nothing. There are members of parliament who are mute as it relates to being able to speak up and speak out against social and environmental aggregates that's happening in the environment against the community. They ain't gonna say nothing about it. South Andres, nothing. The length and breadth of Nassau, what's happening? Let's get some more slides. That's important. Let's get slides. Long Island, fighting for their political life. What's happening? The only place, constituency-wise, that we can see some things happening in is in Exuma. Eleuthera, as much as y'all love Clay, and Clay doing what he have to do in the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs, you ain't got no water. My God, and y'all could blame the FNM and blame the former executive chairman of the organization for being able to strike up a deal to be able to keep people at bay in this particular state. You could row all day what you want, but the fact of the matter is that the people can't bathe. The water on and then it off. It on and then it off. Nothing. The whole slew of y'all. What y'all doing? What y'all doing? I ain't got to go through every constituency in Nassau. We live here. What's happening? Nothing. Every member of parliament look at the high chair as though that they are the senior angels around the throne of God and looking up for answers. My God, you got autonomy, you got strength, and you do nothing. But you expect the people to put you back there. Don't think the human people fool, man. We ain't got time for this, man. Give me a telephone call. Call on the line. Go ahead.
Hey, Howard, how you doing?
I good, man. What's happening?
Howard, I with you. I 110% with you. Look at, I look at all, hospital is my passion. Look at Dr. Davos, Dr. Dennis, Dr. Sands, and then still look at the state of the hospital. But you are incorrect on one of your part of your dissertation, though.
Let me hear it.
I must say, the man that is doing something in his constituency is the Honorable Mo Campbell Shaka.
I can ride through there right now.
As a matter of fact, you need to come by my house. I need to drop you.
What? Now, hold on. Let's sound like a setup. You want me to come by your house so you could strategically show me. I should be able to see when I ride through the constituency.
No, yeah, well, I want you to start with me. I want you to
I like this. You was my kind of guy. I like you.
He's taking care of
You want me come by you? Let me show you specific. How? Close your eye. Close your eye. Okay, now open it. Now open it.
I don't want you to look at something else and then say, but look at that. We get into that. Joe Mo Shaka Campbell is the man.
All right, Howard, close your eyes. Jump in my car. Let's go. No. You got to go in the truck. I can't get in your little car. Let's go.
Till you reach my house.
Yeah, okay, go. So jump in my car. Okay. But I can't close my eye if I drive in the truck. So I can see everything. So what you want to show me?
I want to show you
what specifically you want to show me that happened in there?
I want to show you the wicked, what's going on around the properties and stuff like that. They can take a little time, but it's getting there. We getting there.
I like it. It clean?
Huh?
It clean?
Man,
we ain't talking about your property. We talking about the constituency.
Yeah, well, I in the constituency. What? I am a small part of the constituency.
I like this. Anybody else he taking care of?
Huh?
He taking care of anybody else?
Yeah, man. What you mean? This is 5 years, you know. He got 5 years.
No. He got...
But I talking about...
He got 9 months. That's it.
Yeah?
He got 9 months and the decision starting to make in 9 months.
You mean 9 more months. Well, he get an A from me in his constituency.
But one vote can't get him over the top.
Well, all you got to do is ask Chrissy that.
I can come in the constituency and look. You say Joe Mo
Campbell Shaka,
okay.
Minister of Agriculture.
All right, I can come to the constituency and look. I appreciate your telephone call, cuz. Yeah, I know you're agitating for your minister, your friend, your people who taking care of you, the people who you support. I like that. But we got to shoot straight. But good for the goose should be good for the gander. There can't be no isolated incidents or instances where you getting carried away or getting taken care of. You straight. And your fellas on the side of you ain't got no water. They throwing their mess in the garbage because they ain't got proper plumbing. That's what we living in. That's where we living. Let's have a good conversation. Quick break. Be right back after this.
The foundation. The foundation.
The Foundation with Howard Grant. We'll be back right after this.
The foundation. The foundation.
Looking for a car that combines reliability, innovation, and options to fit every type of driver? Look no further than Toyota. Whether you're in the market for a fuel-efficient gasoline engine, a cutting-edge hybrid, or a fully electric vehicle, Toyota has you covered. Known for their unparalleled reliability, Toyota vehicles are built to last. From the versatile RAV4 to the eco-friendly Yaris and the all-electric BZ4X, there's a perfect Toyota for every lifestyle. Choose Toyota, the brand that drives you forward. Visit Executive Motors today, located East Shirley Street, a part of the Auto Mall Group, or call 242-397-1770. Toyota, let's go places.
It's time to upgrade the way you enjoy at-home entertainment. Alive Fiber is here. Enjoy all your favorite channels and streaming apps, all at lightning-fast internet speeds with affordable bundles, and it's only a click away. Visit www.alivefiber.com to sign up now. Stay connected, live your life. It's good to be alive.
Now let me see now. 326 EPIC. Hello? This Epic Eckert Battery. This Miss Beulah from round the corner. I hear you're selling tires now on Wolf Road too.
Praise the Lord. It's about time. I live Fox Hill and Fire Trail. It's too far.
That ain't all. They open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Sunday and holiday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
My brother Sam, he's a hacker, and he could go right there and get fixed up.
Call us at 326 EPIC. We ship also to the Family Island.
Great news! Ron's Electric Motors' new location on Cowpen Road, right next to Island Luck, is open Saturdays and Sundays. So for those needing repairs on electric motors, generators, welding machines, water pumps, battery chargers, electric lifts, transformers, and power tools, Ron's Cowpen Road location can have you up and running on weekends. Don't forget, you can still visit Ron's Electric Motors on Wolf Road and Claridge Road, and now Ron's new location on Cowpen Road. Dial 356-0249 or 323-5267.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Foundation.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, 96.9 FM radio. Howard Grant and your company, just talking today. Is it me? Hello, is it me you're looking for? How would we like you if you come over here in the F&M colors and I really give you a vote, but my God, I can't do that with the independent. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. I didn't show you my heart. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. You might as well make a book out of it, hardback, and sell it for $33. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. I want to sell that book too, volume 2. Yeah. I show you, I ain't got no time. I ain't trying to thief from you. I ain't want nothing from you. I ain't begging for nothing. I's a big fella. You can't get big if you're broke. My God, so I didn't need your money from the get-go. I good. You could keep your job. You could keep your money. You could keep your organization. God got me. I good. That's the second book. God got me. That's 2 books. I say what I mean what I say, and God got me. Bestsellers. Talk to me. I can't even get no amen. Talk to me. You think I care and concern about being amplified by these organizations who don't have the true intent for growth and development in this country? These people, you could never get to where you want to get with these people. They serve 2 masters. Y'all don't even want me to get preachy with you. I get on vacation. I can take 2 weeks off. I get on vacation. You want me to get mad preachy with you. But you cannot find growth and development because their hearts are not anchored nowhere other than in themselves. They get their own mouth hook. Isn't that an oxymoron? Who does catch the self? Who fishing for themselves? That is the arrogance that we see in leadership in this country. They taking care of themselves. They're catching themselves. They're looking out for themselves. Nothing to do with the community. That's why you can't find longevity there. And if you find longevity, something wrong, something afar off. There's a disconnect there. The people have been dazed and confused. There has been scales on their eyes for them to continue to choose someone who don't have their best interest in heart. Something wrong with this. You keep voting for people who don't have your interests at heart. That's why you got to be sober-minded. Someone texted me and say, "Howard, Pia Glover doing well?" She doing well. Somebody else, Pia Glover isn't working. You trying to say is working or isn't working? I just see Pia giving out food packages in her constituency. Pia has done very good in her particular capacity. From the union standpoint, in terms of being able to sign up agreements, and her capacity as the Minister of Public Works. She's done well in those areas. But does that mean that Golden Gates will put her back in? Talk to me. Let's start getting to the nitty-gritty of these things, man. Let's get down to the meat and potatoes, the bare bones of these things. Is the PLP going to win again? My God, we can't take this. Is the F&M going to win victoriously? Is their lackluster sit-back approach to being able to watch the PLP implode, is that going to lead them to victory? My God. And if that is their posture, if that is the F&M's posture to watch the PLP implode, what does that say about the F&M? My God, let's talk, because I'm tired. I can't take it. I just want someone with conviction, with strength, with focus, with commitment to our communities. That's it. That's it. I want you to think about the Bahamian people first. I don't want you to say, oh my God, $100 million for 10 jobs? Sound good to me. That's the signature. My God, $100 million and 10 jobs? You know how much is 10 jobs? Suppose you get one of them jobs. This is who you're having a conversation with? Telephone call on the line, go ahead. Call on the line, go ahead. Next call. Call on the line, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Grant.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm just enjoying your show.
Praise God.
You are right. I am so tired.
I tired, man.
I past tired, Mr. Grant. I'm trying to figure out why am I voting? Why am I voting to have people who I vote for oppress me? That's all they doing. All they doing is oppressing the Bahamian
My
people.
God. They taxing, they hit you with tax, your food expensive.
Party. We get nothing out of it.
Your babies can't even get you got your babies now. The one element that they said.
I mean, and if somebody could say what they, as far as the majority of the Bahamian people are concerned, if the majority is feeling it, the stress of living in the 242, just to go in the food store, if you want a stove or a fridge, just to bring them back home, it's like nobody is looking out for the majority. Mr. Grant, you're not the only one tired. We past tired. And I think I finished with voting now. I can't be putting nobody in position and then they turn around and enslave me further.
My
it
God.
don't make no sense to me.
My God.
I will continue to listen to your show, and I'm quite enjoying it.
I appreciate you, my dear. Thank you so very kindly. We tired, man. I can't take this. I don't know if you're sharing my sentiment. This ain't, I ain't at the give up state, but I just want to be strategic with what I have. You understand? I just want to be decent with what I have. With the X that I have, I got to place that in a good space. I'm tired, man. The government of the Bahamas, they could yell at the Port Authority, they could yell at the Grand Bahama Power Company, they could be able to speak of all these ills that are happening here, but simultaneously, the children that you already didn't buy your clothes for, I just get the message yesterday. You didn't buy your clothes, the government was taking care of, and my son, Gabriel, was the recipient of this at the introduction during COVID time. Remember COVID? They allowed you to send the children to school, and the government would pay X amount of dollars for about 10 months, right? So you got a kind of a scholarship for the son, for your children, and they paid X amount of dollars. Now, if it was more than, I can't remember, I think it was $200, right? If it was more than $200 a month, then whatever the difference was, you had to pay that, right? And so I sent my son to Kids Playhouse, Gabriel. And Kids Playhouse, we sat down, Miss Ferguson and I, we sat down, we started to negotiate, and I said, okay, well, listen, he don't have to get the breakfast, I can give him this, this, and this, the government can pay this, can you do this? She said, yes, no problem. Other people jumped on the same program. A lot of people was able to send their children to school, tell you, catch yourself, take your children out, and then put them back where you got to be able to put them. So the government did well. The government did well in these particular stead, and it prepared Gabriel to kind of go and prepare himself, because you can't go into the first grade at Garvin Times. He's at Garvin Times, right? At Garvin Times, he could be able to go in K4, graduate from K4, go to grade 1. So the government did well. You remember I told you before, I made a promise to myself I can send my children to government school, primary school, and then I'll send them to a private high school. This is what I did with the first two. This is what I want to do. Yeah, because I don't want them to miss out on the experience of getting cussed the real Bahamian way. Because little children cuss you. Yeah, I remember. You understand? So I don't want them to miss out on the foundational experience of what it is to be in the government system. But I also want them to be able to get exposed to an experience that I believe exists in the private school system that I haven't seen as yet. But I hope that one day it'll emerge, right? Maybe I got to send them to a different private school. I'm not sure. But now this has been repealed entirely. This is what I understand. Someone call me and give me some more information. I understand this has been repealed entirely. That no matter the clothes you get for your children to go to school, if you ain't got the money, they ain't going to school. They cut back on that. Let's talk, man. This is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with. Relentless taxes upon the shoulders and the backs of the Bahamian people and saying, my God, we've done it again. We've done it for you this time. We've created this space to ensure that 11 jobs this time is available. That the labor that you seek, we can be able to fulfill that with the hands that you have. My God, we have done it again. Perpetuated the stereotypical concept and idea of you are nothing but laborers. We will consider next time we will consider entrepreneurialism. Next time, we will consider cutting the red tape so you can be able to access the finances to do your own business. Next time, we will consider these things. But now, get to work. It sounds like slavery to me. This is not what we signed up for. This is not what we voted for. Let's take a telephone call. Caller, go ahead.
Yeah, Brother Howard, how you doing?
I good, man. What's happening?
Yeah, man, this is the same what I signed up for either. My God.
I ain't signed up for this.
They let the Bahamian people down. They wasting Sodom and Gomorrah. You can't find one good one.
So let me I wouldn't burn it down if I could find 10. Okay, hold on, God, not 10, 9?
And if you're a good people, they don't want nothing to do with you. The only thing they want is people and their hoop and cheat and rob and steal. And if you ain't one of them, they even ain't want you in the party. You got to qualify yourself by being a thief. So all they do is fuck bribes.
Hold on. I just qualify yourself to be a thief.
Dog stool. I never will PLPOF for them as long as I live. Goodbye.
Oh, I just want to know how you qualify yourself for being a thief. Is there a resume for that? Hey, well, you know I stole this before. I just wanted to let you know this is the underground, the dark web resume that I have. What do you mean to qualify yourself to be a thief? It's just exhausting, man. It's just exhausting. And I cannot be swung. I will not get swung again by your theatrics, by this notion and idea of a motto, a theme for your political campaign. I will not. I will not. I want to run independent. I want to. I do not want to spend Miss Grant money. I don't know what constituency I can go in, but I promise you with every fiber in my soul, I will do an excellent job. I would be the best member of parliament you ever see in your life. I can think about this. I can put thought to this because we deserve representation. And I've come to find out that if God is pricking you and moving you, then maybe this is where your call is. What Grammy say? What my granddaddy say? Well, baby, you never know unless you try your hand. You got to try your hand, baby. Quick break. Be right back after this.
The Foundation.
The Foundation. We'll be back right after this.
The Foundation. The Foundation. The Foundation. The Foundation.
You try to rest, roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers. For window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print My Masters, bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Marco's is the talk of the town this summer. We've got an irresistible deal for you and your family. Purchase 2 medium, 1 topping pizzas, a delicious Pizzoli, and cool down with a free 2-liter soda. All for just $27.50. Visit your nearest Marco's location or order online at marcospizzabahamas.com and get yours today. After all, what's the summer without Marco's Pizza?
The Grand Bahama News is available every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian. You can buy your local paper at Freeport convenience stores, Western Bakery, DeGregory's Fine Foods, and Bellevue Gifts. Now is the time to reach your Grand Bahama market with affordable packages, including print and digital. Call GB News sales representative Kavandre at 822-6717 or message him on WhatsApp for ad rates. Classified ads are now available every Tuesday as well. Keep up with everything Grand Bahamian every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation. The foundation. Foundation. The foundation. Foundation.
And Gemini 96.9 FM radio, Howard Grant in your company. You know, Wednesday is my guy's day. You know, Garth and I normally sit down here, but he's sitting down home. He just sent me a picture of a bowl full of Barracuda. See if the flies can hit that. Make sure so I can see you next week, Wednesday, and you wouldn't be on rips. So you can be able to do that. Guys, I'd like to kind of play that. See if you got it. If you got it queued up, let me know. You got it queued up? All right, so we can be able to do that. All right, I see your calls, guys. Give me a couple calls before we get out of here. 323-6232, 325-431-6, 325-4259. Anywhere from the family of islands, 242-300, 5720. Hit me up 422-4796. Let me get a couple calls before we get out of here and be able to do these things. Let me see if we can get a call. Caller on the line with us live. Go ahead.
Hey, what's the Howard?
All is well, man. What's happening?
I got man, Howard.
Mm-hmm.
You get my 150 something support.
50 something.
UBN, a pass.
Okay.
When I say a pass, let me know say pass.
This one. I like the preacher one.
Yeah, I was listening to you this morning. I can tell you the honest truth. If they would have been selecting independent candidate, you'd have come out number one.
I appreciate you, man.
And I believe you will make an excellent candidate for any constituency.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
You just got to remember, faith without works
it's still there.
dead.
Praise God.
And without faith, it's impossible
to please God.
To be what you can do, Howard, go full.
I like this.
Ahead, knowing that you was a winner.
I appreciate you, man.
So my word of encouragement, I can pray for you concerning that because I believe God calling you for such a time.
And your steak and chicken was nice.
Huh?
I say your steak and chicken was nice.
Well, listening to you.
No, this brother Wallace. All right, then I said that your steak and chicken the other day. I'm not going to fight you. Okay.
This is a new day. And we looking at a new candidate for
Golden Isles.
Yes, sir.
You want me go toe to toe with my guy Vaughn Miller?
You don't think you could win it?
Of course, I know I could win it.
Okay.
What you
I
mean?
think the people that appreciate you on this way, like you say, you don't even need to say it. I know you're gonna do exactly what you say.
Praise God. He's a good, decent man.
At the end of the day, Howard, I appreciate your support.
Thank you, man.
And man, I got your back. Whatever I could do to help you to win that seat, I know you can win it.
I appreciate you.
But I'll be your help.
I appreciate you, my brother.
And physically.
Thank you, man. All right. Guys, I appreciate you. Thank you, man. I appreciate that telephone call. I'm sure we could be able to get some I'm sure we could get some. We could sell some steak dinner, some chicken dinner. See if we can make a couple $. I want you to hear this from Garth. Garth just sent me this. He sent me this voice note. See, listen to this for 2 seconds. Go ahead.
Yeah, I see y'all been in water park in Grand Bahama. So my only question now is who went in the water park? Do you put the water park before the tourists, or you put the tourists before the water park? I just want to know. And if you're putting the water park ready, when is that going to be ready? And when is the hotel going to be available for occupancy or contracts given for the revamping of the hotel, which they spoke about in the campaign promises? Plenty talk. You're trying to make some sense, but it's difficult to make sense when you're surrounded by nonsense. So we are here just watching. You pull the sensibility out of the nonsense and leaving a whole lot of foolishness behind. So it is what it is. Grand Bahama is in a debacle, and Ginger is acting as if she is the solution, but she has no clue how to solve the issues of Grand Bahama.
Bananas. I don't think that was her responsibility. I don't think she took the job with the I would be the solution for Grand Bahama. I don't think that was a prerequisite for the job. I don't know why she accepted. I think she accepted for the same reason a great deal of men who are incapable accept. There are a great deal of men over the course of the past 30 years that have taken on positions that have been requested, that have been asked to take on these positions, and they acquiesced. They said yes. They took on these positions and brought shame to their family name. My God. Yeah, because you didn't know what you was doing when you get the job. But you took the job because you thought it was going to be a walk in the park. Then, boom, sudden death and destruction. You asked, just like in cartoons, you asked the question, well, what else can go wrong? And then, boom, the ceiling falling. You was ill-prepared. You was ill-prepared. You don't have no survival capability in your mind and your spirit, but you take on this job. Let's take this last telephone call. Caller, go ahead.
Hey, Howard, how you doing?
Hey, what's up?
I'll be brief. You've had 5 MPs and a minister of Grand Bahama, and they've flip-flopped between 2 different organizations, and they've not fixed that island. And they've not fixed West End, which was the capital as I understood it and was booming, and the port has no control over there. So I should have seen a new West End after 50 years with a hospital, major airport, and all the amenities that we see in Miami. So either they didn't want to or they couldn't. And I forbid anyone to give them a chance to do it again. And I don't want you to win no seat. I want you to be the leader. And if you can't be the leader and the PM, then you will be with the party whip. And I reject that term and that word. So I don't want you in there to get compromised under no whip. I want you to be the boss. Because it sounds like you have a plan. And I'm watching the clock. None of them have a plan. They can't give you the specific. They'll do once they get in. Calling you tomorrow or the next day, whatever day, and I'm going to go over what are the specifics to fix Grand Bahama and by extension Freeport. And I want to hear your ideas. See, and this is what we need to do as the media, get behind every one of them that wants to run. And if they don't have specifics, time frames, and how they're going to do it, please, don't come knock on the door. Save yourself some tennis shoe rubber walking up and down. Let's fix the Bahamas, Howard.
Thank you, man, Graham. I appreciate you. Looking forward to that. It says, don't mind the noise in the market, Howard. Bahamian people is vote party. I know that all too well. Of course I know that. Don't fight me. It says, you do not see Chester Cooper working. You see him doing the same thing Diagula did, riding the wave that naturally builds due to our geographic location and close proximity to the United States of America. Well, if 1 out of 39 could do it, but Jesus, the other 39 got to figure out what wave you on. What is the wave a crest? You got to figure these things out. Chester's doing a good job, but his position allows him to do what he's doing. He's good and buying time. They ain't even trying to impress no one. There's a text is coming through. It says, an odd boat slip. This is a text. It says, P, I have plenty public servants. Good afternoon, Howard, in the Bahamas. Yesterday, I sent you a text message. We can talk about that tomorrow, all right? Anyway, guys, that's the show today. I want to thank you so very kindly for this particular opportunity to talk to you. We're going to see you tomorrow on Small Business Thursday right here on The Foundation. Have a great day. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow. God spare. Have a great day.
The foundation.